Technically speaking, what you don't understand about life is that you do not manage life. It's a very ridiculous thing to say to you. But you don't breathe. Your 30 trillion cells, 10 trillion cells dancing into 30 trillion cells, change in 72 hours, you don't manage them. Your blood goes through your veins and arteries. Do you do rotor-rooter once a while? That's angioplasty if needed be. Normally every day you don't do a thing. Your life is 80% automatic. It's run by the unknown. 10% is objective, where you participate right, and 10% is subjective, you participate wrong. So 10% cut down 10%, so 80% automatically goes on. And that's a fact. Mostly you are blinded by your emotions. Because once you are emotional, you can't judge a situation. Your assessment is wrong. You're not realistic. Like a mother. If the child is crying, doesn't matter what other important thing she is doing, she is into the child. You understand what I mean? It doesn't matter what is happening. And suppose a man in an office is having a very important conversation. Doesn't matter what happened in the room even, he's into that conversation. Exactly, they call it meditation. And meditation is nothing when you concentrate your idea of mind into creative thought of whatever kind it is. And that is life. As far as I'm concerned, when I landed in Los Angeles, I had a polka dot red pink turban and a strapped pant and a shirt you will never believe. And I tell you how much I knew. One day I went to clean my shirt in the laundry, and they told me if I put 25 cents and shirt and that thing, that some kind of powder kind of thing into it, and leave it there, then pull it out and put in a dryer and it'll be clean. I thought, easy. So I went there and I put that. Machine was very kind to me. When machine stopped, I had a big pulp in my hand. There was nothing. I don't know what happened. Either that powder was too much or the machine ate it up. So I came without shirt in my undershirt back, and they said, what happened? I said, the machine cleaned it permanently, my shirt. As far as food is concerned, we were always provided somehow or the other. And it used to be on time. Now it is not. Try to understand that. Now sometimes I have to yell and scream, come on, bring, I'm hungry, I need a food. At that time it was never a chance. It was on time. So certain little things started happening in a very unique way with all of you. All of you who have left, who are with me, or who shall be with me, or who shall leave me. They were all very important to play a role in forming the 3HO, a lifestyle of the age of Aquarius, a lifestyle where human shall be nothing but purely human first and will do everything graciously around itself. And that was my idea. My idea was actually what provoked me to come here was not actually America and American dollars, to be very honest, and not you and your environments. I was very well settled. There was nothing to it. What provoked me to come here was that I did not somehow wanted to go to Russia. It used to be a Soviet Union. And it was a very beautiful plot in which I was going to be put in, because the knowledge I have, nobody has. So they wanted me to get to that. so I thought it's better to run to Canada. So I had good contacts. I knew the ambassador. He used to be called High Commissioner. And we managed, and I resigned, and very fast I left. I came to Canada. And in Canada it didn't work out much because it was very cold. But in 2 months or some days I remained in Canada. I hit the front page of Globe and Mail, which is their biggest paper. So I walked on the snow with newspaper tied down around my foot because I didn't have a shoe and my feet are very wide, nothing fits normally. That's why we built a factory, shoe factory. I mean, it's not that we have been not real cautious about things, lest they may not happen. I am very rich, I am very grateful, and you are part of that richness. That's my real richness. But believe me, as I came with nothing, I shall leave with nothing, and I own everything as nothing. It shall belong to the generations to follow and generations to come. And I've just played a role as a custodian and a caretaker. I've taken ownership with a great perfection, and my basic idea is very simple. Don't let down anybody, don't let down yourself, and don't participate directly or indirectly in any letdown, even in conversation. That's the practice I have. And second is I do two things. I'm very straight and simple, and when I'm diplomatic, and it's unfortunate for the other person, I say it with a smile. But when I am teacher, I am very, very rude. I can chisel a person to death, because then it's my fight against the misfortune of the other person, and I can see it. To me, it is slaying the dragon, and I don't hesitate to do it. So, when I'm very cruel, it's a very simple system. There's no relationship between stone and a chisel, and that's the relationship between student and a teacher. And you may not understand as Western what a teacher is. Teacher has no investment in his own life and his environments and in his greatness except a great student of tomorrow. You must understand that. Teacher greatness is not how great teacher is. Teacher grace is not how vast he is. Teacher greatness is not how happy and wealthy and how many people serve him and how many people adore him and how many people like him and how people dislike him, how powerful he is. That all I am. That doesn't make any sense. The only sense which makes to a teacher is, will there be a teacher tomorrow which will be 10 times better than me? That is all what it matters. And if that is not done, then the legacy of the golden chain breaks. In our legacy of Kundalini Yoga, a student has to be 10 times better than his teacher, period. And it's very simple. There is a bhakti way, a devotional way of doing it. You become zero, the one God will be with you, you become 10 times better. That's a bhakti way. Shakti way is resurrect your consciousness through the system and participate personally with everything and decide everything impersonally. That's another way. Participate personally, very personally, but decide very impersonally. Because when you personally decide something, you are the worst sinner and ugliest and dirtiest human being on the earth. because you took away somebody's personality which was given to that person by God, and you have directed that personality for which you have no right. Do you understand how many times we do these blunders? That we interfere in people's life personally? When you have to let something go, let it go with grace. When something come to grace. And there's a one simple thing in your life you should understand. Take it granted. You give anybody something or not, you share with anybody something or not, you be kind to anybody or not, but do not ever, do not let your grace fall apart. And there's a simple formula for it. Whenever you are doing anything, just remember, does it serve your grace or it doesn't? If it serves your grace, that's fine. If it serves somebody's grace, it is wonderful. If serves nothing, don't participate. You did not create anybody. God is creation of all. And if you cannot see God in all, you cannot see God at all. Wrong and right is a matter of judgment. There's nothing good, nothing bad, thinking make it so. And it's a stimulated thinking. Certain things we don't like, certain things we like, certain things are good, certain things are not good. And certain things happens, and there are majority of the things which are beyond human conception and control. Try to understand that. Because your life has to move. Life is a momentum. It is a biorhythm. And it has a fear of placement and displacement. And until you are not above it, you cannot but suffer. Suffering doesn't come from any quarter. Suffering is yours. God has given you length. Life is to create width equally with that length. If you cannot do it, there's no way that you can survive in your life happily. That's why we started healthy, happy, holy way of life. And that is, folks, became 3HO. It is a dream come true. It was a very pure path in which there was no human worship. But every human was worshipped equally. There was no teacher. Everybody was to be a potential teacher. There was no yes and no, but there was a set discipline to follow. Sometime you may understand why our discipline is so strict. I'm very sorry to tell you, it's a very simple gimmick which you should know very clearly. Life is X amount of energy, and if it's not channeled properly, you will never cross the channel. And when you are making life left and right, and it becomes exhausting, then a lot of things are very difficult to understand. Majority of the people are very numb. They have no feelings. They are so numb. What they hear, they don't hear. What they see, they don't see. What they feel, they don't feel. They are like volcanoes. Their inner emotions are broiling them, and that's all they know. Am I insulted? Am I not insulted? Am I respected? Am I not respected? Am I liked? Am I not liked? I'm real, I'm not real. Somebody loves me, nobody loves me. Am I lonely? Anybody? It is such a fluke that all the beauty and joy of life which is meant to be enjoyed is wasted in these wasteful thoughts. Why? Because these people are very, very far away from God. They do not understand a simple rule of the thumb that this planet belongs to God and everything on this planet belongs to God, including their existence. So whatever happens, good or bad, is all God's will.